There are so many different weapons in Skyblock, and many people don't even use any of them. Like, I guarantee about 80% of the swords in Skyblock are never even used. But in today's video, I will be talking about and taking a look at one of the most interesting weapons in Skyblock. It is called the Spirit Blade, or also known as the Spirit Sword. But before we get into that, I have been seeing some comments saying that I am lying about the whole YouTube glitch situation, and obviously, I'm not lying about it. I mean, even Tamiana is getting this YouTube glitch. So anyways, YouTube is glitching and it's randomly unsubscribing people from the channel. So please double check and make sure you're still subscribed. So what is the Spirit Sword? It is a new dungeon weapon that came out with the recent Floor 4 update. But really, it has some unique abilities. So let's take a look at the Spirit Sword. It has a gear score of 300. It gets plus 210 damage, plus 50 strength. It deals plus 2% damage to undead monsters for every 1% of your missing health. So if you're down a lot of health, you will be dealing an insane amount of more damage. Now, this is where things do get quite interesting because it is a spirit item. So basically that means when turned into a ghost, or basically when you die in dungeons, you keep the item as a ghost ability. So then you can use the spirit ability, which is called the Spirit Bomb, and then you shoot a spirit that deals 8,000 damage on impact. So how does one obtain this weapon? Well, as I was saying a little bit earlier, it is a floor 4 item, and then you can get it from a floor 4 loot chest. Basically, at the end of a dungeon, you get like a bunch of different chests to pick from, and sometimes you get lucky, and sometimes you can actually get this spirit weapon from one of the chests. Now, there's actually another spirit weapon called the Spirit Bow, which is very, very similar. It's basically the same thing, but as a bow. So here's the Spirit Bow. It has a gear score of 350. You get plus 210 damage, plus 100 strength, and it's like the same thing as the sword, but as a bow. It deals plus 2% damage to undead monsters for every 1% of your missing health, and then it's the spirit item, so you get this item while you're dead in dungeons, and then it has the spirit ability. So basically you can have two of the same abilities but on two different weapons. Either way though, as you can see, both the Spirit Bow and the Spirit Sword are basically kind of the same thing, but one's a melee weapon, one's a ranged weapon. Pretty much though, I've gone ahead and done, I think, about 20 4 runs. Let me check. Yeah, so I've done 20 Thorn bosses, and I haven't gotten one spirit weapon at all, so that's very unfortunate. I did actually get a legendary spirit pet, which is some pet that, I don't know, it does something for the spirit abilities, but either way, I have not gotten any spirit weapon, so we're gonna have to buy ourselves this Spirit Sword. So let me withdraw my money. We're kind of down to only 15 mil. We're going broke, but let's buy this Spirit Sword, and I'm gonna go for, I think, a clean one, because a clean one will definitely fit us better. Yeah, so 3.25 mil for a clean Spirit Sword. That's a big purchase. Maybe I'll actually use this because I actually don't use a sword for dungeons as I run the archer class. So maybe maxing out the sword and seeing how good it actually is, then I'll probably use it for my dungeon class. Now, if you see in the black spot, in parentheses, it's kind of like the grayish, blackish, like font color. So it says like next to damage plus 396. That is actually how much damage it deals in dungeons. So the base damage outside of dungeons would be plus 210, but in dungeons it's plus 396. So I got myself an enchanted book. It's not completely maxed out, but it will do for now. So let me find myself some lapis, because we need to go ahead and buy or craft a Titanic experience bottle, because I have no levels and I need like 175 to actually add this book to the sword. And I guess while I'm at spawn, I'll go ahead and add myself 10 hot potato books. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. There we go. We have it completely maxed out in hot potato book. Now, I want to see if we can 5-star the Spirit Sword. I'm not too sure what essence we need to 5-star it, but basically what stars do is it increases the stats on it in dungeons, so you can basically upgrade the weapon to make it even better while you're in a dungeon run. I ended up using a lot of my essence with the new essence shop because, well, the new essence shop, you can get some pretty cool stats from it. I'm not going to really go over it right now, but basically if we can upgrade this thing, it'll just make it so much better. So let's go ahead and upgrade it. Oh, okay, so it costs 20 wither essence to upgrade it to star 1, so that's star 1. It is 50 for star 2. For star 3, it's 100, and we don't have enough. I kind of messed up. I think I might just have to buy a max out one for the purpose of the video. And it seems like there are no 5-starred spirit swords, so I guess we're just gonna have to stick with our 2-star. Anyways, just from upgrading like that, it increased our stats a lot, as now, if you've seen the gray font or whatever, I don't even know what to call it at this point. So our damage is now plus 480, Our strength is now plus 146, and our crit damage is plus 104. Okay, I've tried this like 15 times already. Basically, I'm trying to test out the Spirit Sword ability, but every single time, my whole dungeon squad that I'm partying with just dies. Like, he's dead right there already. Like, we might have to find another party or just try doing something else here. But let's go ahead and just start carrying. It's a 4-2 run. I honestly have no clue how all these people are dying. Obviously, they're probably not as stacked as me. Let's test out the damage rate. That's 190k, 68k, 230k. So obviously, it scales depending on what mob we're fighting. But it doesn't seem too bad. We can one-hit some of these lower level mobs, which is pretty nice. We can go right here and two-tap that guy. We actually just got ourselves a premium flesh, which is kind of like a rare drop, I guess it says that. So I want to die just to test out this ability. All right, we're taking the adaptive set off. Kill me. Okay, we died. Spirit Sword, so 3,100 health, 7,800. Oh, it literally didn't even hurt this guy. So if we just go boom, it hits them all. Okay, so it doesn't seem too good, honestly. This ability doesn't seem really great unless it scales on your like buffs or anything, but we don't have any dungeon buffs, so I can't really test that out either. I would only recommend getting this item if you need a high damaging weapon. I wouldn't get it just for the spirit ability. We're finally being revived. Let's go. Okay, let's put our adaptive set back on so we don't actually die this time. But it seems like a pretty good melee weapon. I'm not too accurate with like the actual damage because I'm running archer, so my main goal is to do damage with a bow and not a sword. Let's see. Oh my god. Okay, let's see how much damage it does to the Lost Adventurer. It does like 5k, okay, not terrible. But if I were to use my bow, I could just bow spam this thing and kill it within a few seconds. It would be dealing a lot more damage if it was 5-starred. But I might actually start using this as like my main sword for my like dungeon loadout, I guess, because I don't feel like spending money on a better sword. I love doing Blood Door because there's just so many mobs and I just sit here bow spamming them when they all come to me and I kill them all super, super fast. Like, just look at this, it's so fun. And there we go, I killed Scarf. And we died, I think, like 10 times, no joke. So, did we get anything good? We probably got nothing good. Yeah, I got straight trash. Nothing good, so I'll just take the free chest. So my personal opinion on the weapon is that it's not too good for the actual spirit ability. I would recommend only getting it if you're in need of a decent high damaging weapon. It actually might be one of the better weapons for Berserker class, but I'm not really too good with other classes besides Archer. Either way though, the spirit ability is kind of bad. I was quite disappointed trying to test it out. I guess though I spent about maybe like 3 to 4ish mil maxing out the sword, and it actually deals pretty good damage. Obviously though, if I did have the 5-star, it would be dealing just so much more damage. So one thing before we do end the video is that I do have a brand new second channel. This will be for other games, more Minecraft content, and overall just more videos. So if you'd like to check that out, go ahead into the description, click on that second channel link, make sure you do subscribe and turn notifications on so you're also notified for those videos that will hopefully come out maybe like once or twice a week or something like that. I do think though they should have some type of like buff to the ability if it's actually supposed to be good, because 8k damage, I mean, it's not really that good. Maybe if they made the cooldown like 3 seconds instead of 10 seconds. Either way though, that was one of the most interesting weapons I've ever tried out in Skyblock.